Hi, second grade. Welcome back to another reading lesson. Today we are going to read another poem. I'm going to show you our assignment before we read the poem, just so you know what to look out for, because I am not going to do any highlighting today. I'm going to put a little bit more of the responsibility on you, since we have been working on poems this whole week, and I think you're ready for it. So, our assignment today is to answer these two questions. We're going to be reading a poem called In the Sky, and it's about clouds, okay? So the author's craft that we're going to focus on today is using the senses. So the senses are smell, taste, hearing, seeing, and touching. So we need to, well, actually, you are going to figure out what sense the author is using and what they do with that sense. So they're either going to be seeing different things, or hearing different things, or smelling different things, tasting different things, or touching different things. So you need to, one, figure out what sense they use, and two, you are going to figure out what it is that they do with that sense. Then our next question is related to our essential question. So by now we know that all of these poems are about people who are excited about nature. So in this one question, we're going to switch it up a little bit. The related question to the essential question is, why do you think the clouds excite the author? So when you're done reading, what is it about the clouds that excites the author? Now this is your thought, so it's not going to be in the story. You are just going to need to use your own ideas to try and figure that out. All right, so I am going to read this poem 2 times. First, you are going to try to figure out what those senses are at least. Now, you can watch this whole video before you do your assignment. I just want your brains to start working and those ideas flowing so that when you do get to your assignment, you're like, oh, yep, I know the answer to 1 and the answer to 2, and it's super simple for you to finish right away. So the poem is In the Sky. What sense do you think the author is using? Outdoors on a clear day, look up in the sky. What do you see there? Look, I see a giant polar bear. Look, I see a pale flower growing. Look, I see a buffalo and her baby. Wait, it's changing. Now I see a cowboy on his horse, galloping, galloping across the sky. I wonder where he'll ride. So by now you should know what sense the author uses. The nice thing is the author also uses repetition. So he repeats the same word over and over and over, which is also the sense that he uses. So you should have a good idea of what sense the author uses. The next question I am going to reread while you're trying to answer this question is, why do you think the author is excited by the clouds? Now, the author is Jonita Marco, so it is a woman. So let's see what she thinks. Outdoors on a clear day, look up in the sky. What do you see there? Look, I see a giant polar bear. Look, I see a pale flower growing. Look, I see a buffalo and her baby. Wait, it's changing. Now I see a cowboy on his horse, galloping, galloping across the sky. I wonder where he'll ride. All right, second grade, you should have a good idea for both of the questions you are going to answer. If you have any additional questions, please leave a message or join a Zoom session.